Okay, so in order to make an assessment, you're going to go to the same tab that you went to for your Dropbox yesterday, the Activities tab. Then you're going to click on where it says Classroom Assessments. Next year it'll say Quizzes, which is why it says that in parentheses. Then you're going to go to where it says New Classroom Assessment. This looks really confusing, but it's not. So you will title it whatever the title is. I'll do one for the Great Depression just because that's a topic that I know and I'm going to be able to come up with questions. But you'll do the Flanders Field thing. And then once you've titled it, you don't have to add a category unless you've used the Assessments tab very often. I do, so I already have one created for social studies, but you don't need to create one if you don't feel like it's necessary. Then you go down to where it says Add and Edit Questions, and you click it. So what you'll do is you'll click New. If yours are all multiple choice, when you click New, the drop-down arrow, you should have one that says Multiple Choice Question. When you click on it, it will slowly populate. You'll type in the question. So I'll say, who was the president at the time the Great Depression began? Then what you'll do is you'll enter in your answer choices. So just for the sake of time, so you can see how it's done. Herbert Hoover, Abraham Lincoln, and George Washington. You wouldn't believe the number of kids that will say Abraham Lincoln. Then what you do is you select the button next to the one that is correct. So over here you see that you're editing it, and then over here on the right, this is what it would look like if it came up for your kids. So then once you've done that, I always click randomize answers for each student. You don't have to though. It just means that if kids are doing it together, they can't share, you know, oh, the first answer was A. And then you click save. So this is my first question that was created. So for every question that I want to add, I follow the same steps. Multiple choice, then I type in the question, make sure to select the answer. Okay? When you have added in all of your questions, you go over to the right where it says Done Editing Questions and click it. And now you have to pay attention to some of your restrictions, okay? So up here at the top where it says restrictions, I always go through each of these tabs and make sure that everything is right. You need to make sure that dates and restrictions, you need to make sure that it says active, okay? And there are no release conditions, no password protection, no time limit. So then you go to assessment. If you want them to see their score as soon as they finish, you click this button where it says allow attempt to be set as scored immediately upon completion. We don't export our scores. There's no rubrics. If you want to give them more than one attempt, sometimes I give them like 2 attempts, then you can change the amount of attempts here, and then you click apply. Make sure to click apply if you change anything. Then objectives, you shouldn't have anything to click on objectives. Submission views, you shouldn't have anything to click here. And then report setup, there's nothing for you to click here. Okay, so once you have checked all of these tabs, just like I said, make sure that under restrictions it's set as active. And then for assessment, if you want them to be able to see their score, you need to make sure that this box right here is clicked. Then you can click save and close, and it should be done. Okay, so then what I would do if I was building a module, if you're building the module itself, in order to create it, if you want to embed it straight into the module, so let's just say that this is my Cyber Day 4. You're not going to create this. This will already be there for you. I would go to New, and then you can click New Classroom Assessments, which is quizzes. And that'll keep you from having to go to this Activities tab up at the top, and it will automatically embed your quiz exactly where you want it. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. If you are fine with just going and creating it up here through that original link that I showed you, you can do that. You would just tell kids, be sure to click on the Activities tab in the top right to complete your quiz for today. And that's all you have to do. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Best of luck. Bye.